This is a super review of the Audio-Technica SR5BT. This is the Bluetooth version of Audio-Technica's SR5 headphones. So let's take a look and see what's inside the box. Whoever applied this tape didn't like people. Naturally, the first thing you get is a box of instructions. Now here we've got the headphones themselves, nicely presented, in a little plastic tray. Before I take a look at the headphones, let's see what else we got in the box just to make sure. We've got a little leatherette pouch. This is, yeah, it's definitely not real leather, but it does feel nice. And then inside this pouch, we've got two different cables. We've got cable, I assume that's for charging the headphones. And then we've also got a headphone port. As far as I understand, these headphones will work without power. So if your Bluetooth power runs out and you still need to listen to some music, you can plug the headphones in with this. You don't need the battery to be charged. And it does look like the cable, you can see here, has got a little port on it, or a little button on it for controlling your device. Now this control only has one button. I'm not sure exactly what one button's gonna get me. I guess that's why you would watch a full review and not a superficial review. So let's just take a look at the headset itself. First impressions are, this headset is actually really quite compact. I had hoped that it would be a pretty small and compact headphone. Let's see the build quality of this. It's, you know, up here you can feel that it's a little cool to the touch, which indicates that it's made out of a metal. These cups here, the outer cup, that is a plastic for sure. This mount here is a plastic. And then this band is a leatherette. All right, let's give it the sniff test. I'm actually less sure about whether or not that's a real leather. Doesn't smell like leather. On the right side of the headphone, we have an on-off switch. And on the left side, this is where we've got our USB port for charging the headset. And we've got a little rocker control here to change the volume up and down. You can click it to pause and play. And it also looks like this rocker handles skipping forward and skipping backward. You might not be able to tell, but I've got kind of a large head. I don't have a huge head by any stretch of the imagination. I want you to understand my head is not abnormal, but it is a little bit larger than normal, so maybe it is that. Anyway, my head's a little bit larger than normal, and here I've got the headphones at their absolute smallest size, which is pretty compact. Let's go ahead and try and put them on. So at their smallest size, yep, they're a little bit too small for my head, but that's okay. If you've got a smaller head than me, that's probably a good thing. I can just extend these down, and oh, the action on the extension is actually, it's nice and smooth. I think right there is about where I'm gonna be comfortable with it. And I've still got extension space to spare if I wanted to make it even larger for a person with a larger head than me. And the other thing I'm noticing is that the headphones are not on, and I've got them over my ears, and they're not completely silencing my audio outside of the headset. I can still hear myself talking, but it's definitely muffled, and that's gonna be nice for my intended purpose. I picked these up so that I could use them at the office. And generally I'm pretty good about not being distracted by sounds, but sometimes you wanna be able to silence them. And it's nice that this headset, you know, as small and lightweight as it is, does a pretty good job of blocking out sound, so not too shabby. All right, let's go ahead and try and sync it up with my phone. And we're connected. Ooh, interesting little chime sound when the connection was successful. Now let's go ahead and let's fire up some music. Gosh, I hope nothing embarrassing pops up here. All right, I'm gonna start with a little Grammatic. This music is kind of hip-hop-ish. They're actually a little bit bassier than I expected them to be. Just based on the reviews on Amazon, people were saying that the bass was, I don't think people were saying it was weak, but they were just saying they weren't that bassy. It kind of goes to show you just how much bass people tend to like in their audio. These are These have a nice strong thumb to them, not overwhelming by any stretch of the imagination, so that's good for me. All right, let's try something else. Let's try maybe a little Queen. All right, yeah, these sound pretty good. These sound pretty good. You probably were able to pick up any bleed that was coming through the headphones on the microphone. I can't tell if they bleed or not because I'm the one wearing them. You know, it's going to be tough to be picky about the audio quality in these things because I've just listened to a couple of different songs and I've just listened to them over Bluetooth. They sound pretty good. Everything's actually really, there's a lot of clarity in these. What am I thinking? Yeah, they sound good. Different audio signature than the Grottos that I usually listen to, but that's to be expected. It's a totally different type of headphone. Volume is for sure loud enough. It's as loud as I would want to listen to them. But if you're a huge volume person, know that I had the volume all the way up and it wasn't uncomfortable for me. Usually with a pair of headphones, if I turn the volume all the way up, it's uncomfortable. I gotta knock it down a few notches. These all the way up, not uncomfortable. They have their own separate audio volume levels, so you set the volume on your iPhone independently of this. If you want maximum volume, you have to have the volume on the iPhone set to the max, as well as independently the volume on the headphones set to the max. Personally, I kind of find that to be a little bit of a bummer. I generally like it when the volume between the headphones and the iPhone are matched, but it's not a big deal. The build quality is really nice in these. These feel really nice in the hands. They're very comfortable to wear. I can see myself wearing these for hours. I really like the audio quality. I like that I can listen to them. If they're connected with Bluetooth, I can listen to them if they are connected with just a wire if I run out of battery. The battery life is rated at 38 hours. 38 hours listening time, not just the standby time is actually, it's like weeks long or something like that, but listening time to 38 hours, which is pretty good. That means that if I'm listening to music for every hour that I'm at work, and I'm not, but if I'm listening to music for every hour that I'm at work, I'll probably be able to listen to music the entire time that I'm at work for an entire week and just have to charge them once a week. So on Amazon right now, they're about 150 bucks. I saw on Camel that sometimes they'll dip down to 130 bucks, which seems like a pretty good price for these. If I had to review them now, and I do, that's the point of this show. If I had to review these now, I'd go ahead and give them, let's say 4 out of 5 stars. Pretty damn good.